Often I get my inspirations from my dreams. And last night I was dreaming about needs, and especially our needs as parents, and how we can project those needs onto our children with phrases such as, you need to do something. I know we've all used those many times. You need to clean your room. You need to do your homework. And when we get into this space, I learned from my own experience, it was often that I needed my child to do that. It wasn't that she needed to do that. She didn't need to clean her room. I needed her to clean her room. And that was based in my discomfort in seeing her room a certain way and having a certain standard inside of myself. So I want you to just to notice this week. That's the most important thing, is to start to notice when you hear yourself saying, you need to, you need to, you need to. Ask yourself, is there really a need underneath that I need my child to do something? And if it is, that is really cool. And yet, it's really important, I've found, to take responsibility for that. And then when I began to dig even deeper underneath why I needed my daughter to do certain things, I was really, really, really surprised to find that there was an emotional content there of, if she did clean her room, then I would feel better about myself. I would feel better as a mom. I would feel better that I had taught her a responsibility. And it was really fascinating when I got so clear that this was my need, my emotional need. It wasn't me being willing to support her in a practical skill set that would support her intrinsic motivation and maybe her need to be a certain way. So this was a little shocking for me. And the way I found this out was my daughter was away on a trip for like 7 weeks. And it was so amazing. I took out the recycling, I took out the trash, I cleaned up everything. I didn't even think about that she needed to do that. She wasn't home, so I did it. Then I noticed as soon as she got home, I started hearing myself say that again, like, you need to, or you need to take out the recycling, or you need to do this. And I was like, how interesting that I was able to do that. Didn't even think about it. But now that she's home, I started projecting onto her that she needed to do that. Now, when I paused and really thought about why this was, because it was very uncomfortable, I didn't like it, I started to recognize that if she did do that, then I would feel loved. I would feel important. I would feel like I mattered. Now, that's something emotional. That has nothing to do with the practical skill sets or the practical sharing of tasks in our home. And then I recognized that I was trying to get her to take over those things from an emotional place instead of getting very clear, coming back, you're back home. So let's separate out our task here on a practical level of what you're going to do and what I'm going to do, which takes that emotional content out, which makes it a lot easier for my daughter. It doesn't mean that she still loves it. She may complain. And yet, it's based on a 50-50 plan then of, our duty, or why did I say duties? What are they? The things in our house that we do, the responsibilities that we share. How about that? I'll say the responsibilities that we share in keeping our house to a certain standard. And we talk about that too. Now, of course, I have a 21-year-old daughter, and she is very, very neat at this point. Her room is more meticulous than mine. So we just talk about how would we like to live in our house now. And it makes a huge difference when we're able to get down to the practical skill sets versus me going into my emotional of, I need you. So if you hear yourself this week going, you need to, See if you're willing to back it up and ask yourself, oh, do I need my child to do this? And if you do, take responsibility. I need you to clean your room. And so then you can see if your child does that, what might they need from you? So then it gets more into our fair exchange with each other, because our needs don't trump theirs. Their needs don't trump ours. We are in a family, so we all have needs. But when we begin to work with those in more of a fair exchange, if I need this and you need that, just like we go to the store, I need milk, and the store needs money for it. We understand this on a practical level. But when it gets emotional and we feel that our children are threatening us or doing something to us, making us look like bad parents, this is when it gets really, really, really tricky. So you're just going to notice that this week. I'm going to notice it with you, because I can always fall into that place. The way I know I'm falling into that place is when I get really tight. I can feel it, like ball up your fist right now. I can feel how I get really tight, and I keep telling myself I want to let it go, let it go, let it go. And then if I just pause for a moment and say, well, can I let this be? Can I let this be the way it is and find my part in it, take my responsibility? Then I have a much greater chance of coming alongside of my child. It's not black or white. It's like I don't rescue her, I don't abandon. I come alongside my child to learn certain skill sets, to have support, to live into certain skill sets that are going to support her in her life, not me in mine. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page, or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy work.